going on, guys? My name is Brandon. Welcome to Audio Addiction, where you find latest album reviews. You can find our band interviews, and you can find live coverage of the concerts that we get. I will be posting live sets from 4 Year Strong, as well as Like Pacific. Also, an interview with Like Pacific will be going out a little bit later in the month, as well as one from Can't Swim as well. So, a lot of pure noise bands. So, I feel like they're on the rise. So, you should definitely check out that label if you haven't already. Also posting an album review of Bearings, new EP, which is also on Pure Noise, so definitely check that out, as well as Seaways Vacation, which is also on Pure Noise. Just Pure Noise is killing it lately, so if you haven't checked that label out, I'd highly recommend it. And then if you liked anything you heard me just spouting out just a minute ago, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit that thumbs up so you get notified of when anything comes out, and thank you guys for your support. So tonight, we're going to be talking about Life Lessons' new EP, Best When in Motion.
I feel weak. I thought we came improvement. It still doesn't seem like I'm whole. Can't be again if it turns out.
So I had never heard about this band prior to Thursday, last Thursday, and Life Lessons is currently on tour with 4 Year Strong, Grayscale, Like Pacific, Seaway, and of course 4 Year Strong, like I mentioned previously. And I had never heard about this band. Their vocal, I went up to their merch table at the end of the show, and I was like, "You guys played really great. I had never heard of you prior to this, and I really enjoyed your sound." And so we were chatting a little bit. By the way, I completely forgot his name, so sorry to you, but you wanted me to get this review out for your band, and I felt like, I'm a man of my word, so I don't want to say no. So I listened to this album. I hope this is cool with you, man. But I wanted to kind of really dive in, really kind of dissect the tracks in the best way that I could. So I'm going to go through each track, give you my thoughts and opinions on it. I'm going to go some pros and cons on the EP, and then I'm going to round it all out with an overall rating. So thank you to Life Lessons, man. I'm excited to, get this CD in hand, hopefully, and add it to my wall of CDs, which is up there, which you can't see because it's off camera, but I have a lot of CDs. But anyway, so the first track is called Control. Really liking the cadence of the vocals in the vocalist from this track. I felt like that it's cool to hear that he has the guitarist does some vocals as well. I felt like that was really cool, just the harmonies with them. I feel like the vocalists just together have this unique balance together, as well as just unique tonalities that kind of don't cross over each other. They complement each other, which I thought is always a really cool kind of point to a lot of music lately. I feel like, to me, in pop punk, a lot of the sort of bands are doing that sort of harmony thing. So to me, I feel like these guys have really kind of nailed it and really kind of solidified that, which was really cool. I felt like the instruments were solid as well. I really like the sort of punchier aesthetics of just everything going on, especially the drums in this track. But overall, I think this track was a good opener track, in my opinion, and I feel like it kind of gives the listener an idea of how the rest of the EP will turn out in, obviously in some sort of reason, but overall I feel like it sounded really great, and for me it was kind of an exciting sort of song to get into. So we're going to move into track number 2, which is Attention to Detail. This one's my favorite track, one of my favorite tracks off the record. Really liking the structure of this one. I feel like it's the best overall structure off the entire EP, in my opinion. I like how the vocals are just so mapped out. The switch offs just seem really seamless between their guitarist and their lead vocalist. I like that they harmonize as well, like I've been mentioning previously. I feel like that's a really strong suit of this band, is just the overall harmonies. I've been noticing that a lot in pop punk, but I feel like, again, these guys are doing it really well, and they just have unique voices to kind of counterbalance each other, which is always a great sort of counterpoint and songs. I feel like the instrumentals are really upbeat and also are really solid. But to me, this song feels just the most cohesive off the entire EP, maybe excluding Bury It, which is another favorite of mine. But overall, I feel like this one is the strongest one. I would probably recommend most people to check out this track. So we're gonna move into track number three, which is Collapse. I feel like the vocals of this track are like the key ingredient that makes these songs really memorable in my opinion. The instrumentation is really solid, but I feel like it doesn't really stand out a lot, especially in this track. Nothing kind of stands out in a certain moment in the track, but a lot of the sort of vocals have that memorability to it, which is great. And I also feel like just it takes a backseat to the vocal premise behind this band, but to each their own. In my opinion, again, I like that it sounds solid, but again, it just has that sort of pizzazz that's missing from it. I was expecting something to kind of like catch me and just be like, oh, well, this is really great, or something, a really great part in here, or like maybe there's some really great lead parts, or there's some really cool, intricate drum parts, or there's this cool sort of bass lead. I feel like there's just this pizzazz that's missing from it. And to me, there's nothing kind of standout about it, out excluding the vocals. So, to me, the vocals can only carry it so long, and to the point where when you're going through multiple listens, as which I did, I felt like the vocals always kind of stand out in a lot of these tracks. So to me, I feel like the instrumentals kind of need to either have a little bit more flair to it, just have a little bit more pizzazz, and make it interesting on both the vocal end and also the instrumental end. And to me, I feel like that would make just for a deadly combination, in my opinion. So we're gonna move into track number four, which is Without Looking Back. Really liking the lead guitar parts. Like I've been mentioning, I feel like there are some great moments where there are some like standout things in a track, and this one is a really good example of that. The harmonies switch off between the vocals, and they're just really great in my opinion. I know that I keep highlighting it, but I feel like it's a major strong suit of this band. Again, that this track, I would say, not like Collapse, but I feel like this one, Without Looking Back, does have that sort of bit of pizzazz. While it being straightforward, I feel like it has a little bit more pizzazz than Collapse, in my opinion. It just has this memorability to it, and just the lead lines really kind of take that role too, along with the vocals. So to me, I really enjoyed that part of this track. So, and just the experimentation, I felt like they experimented a lot with this one too. So we're gonna move into track number five, which is Bury It. Excuse me. This is a great track to end off the record with, in my opinion. It has memorable melodies to it. The instrumentations fit very well with the song, and it's cool having some acoustic guitars to kind of bridge the gap with the sort of electric guitars and just the drums and the bass. It just adds a little bit of diversity, which is always good. And I like that they switched it up in this track. And I felt like, much like Attention to Detail, these two just accent a lot of what this band does well, in my opinion. So we're gonna get into the pros and cons of this record. In my opinion, I know that this is their second EP. Curious to see how well their structure and song structures go in sort of a full length fashion. I know that they're probably thinking about that, but I'm curious if they continue that same sort of trend. I feel like, to me, a strong suit about this band, and that I've mentioned many, many, many times in this review already. I feel like the harmonies are probably the best and biggest strong suit, along with just the vocals in general. I feel like they were really solid throughout, both from the guitarist and as well as the lead vocalist. Really enjoyed both of their vocals, and just the plays off between them two, I felt like fit very well with what they were going for. But instrumentally, I feel like it needs a little bit more punch. It needs a little bit more pizzazz to it. It's just something that the vocals kind of just take over the track, which could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. But in my opinion, I feel like, for me, an interesting track combines not only great instrumentals that have that sort of that element to it, but as well as having great vocals to back up those sort of things, and as well as just those two counterbalancing each other, it also makes this track a whole lot better because you're able to take really great things from not only the instrumental side, but you're also taking great things from the vocal side, and it kind of makes this really unique marriage of instrumentals and vocals. So to me, I feel like the instrumentals need to take a little bit of a step up, and I'm hoping to see that in the next EP, in my opinion, and just continue doing the great vocals that you do. I feel like in each track, that was one of the things that I didn't have a gripe with. I felt like the vocals were really solid, the harmonies were really solid, the melodies were really great. So I feel like you guys definitely know what you're doing, but it's just kind of, again, getting that growth each EP. I feel like you'll keep getting better and better at doing what you do. So I'm excited to see what Life Lessons brings next. I feel like they are a really great up and coming band, and the signs have shown that they're on a tour with 4 Year Strong, which has been a band that's been around for more than 10 years. So really great to see that, and I'm excited to see what the future has for this band. So my overall rating for Life Lessons Best When in Motion, I'm going to be giving it an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's one you should check out. However, I'm excited to see future material. Hopefully they take my critiques in strides, and I'm really excited again for this band, and just in general for the rest of their tour and just what they do next. I think they have this unique sort of cadence to their vocalists, and if their instrumentals can match that same level, I definitely feel like they'll be in some of my favorite bands / favorite tracks in the future. So definitely check out Life Lessons if you get the chance to. If you go see them out on tour, go say what's up to them. I'm sure they would appreciate it. And I'm excited to see them hopefully come around the New Jersey, Philly area really soon. So let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this EP. Did you check it out? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? I really would love to have a great conversation about it. And I'm excited to see what Life Lessons has to say about it as well. So thank you to you guys for letting me check it out and letting me review it. So if you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit that thumbs up. It really does go a long way, and thank you guys for your support. Also, we have a merch store. If you want to support me, there's a link in the description. If you could pick up a shirt, that would be absolutely amazing, and I couldn't thank you guys enough for what you do for me. So thank you, much love. My name is Brandon. We hope you got your fix, and we'll be talking with you soon. Peace. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com, and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.